Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the first of many reviews today. We have a lot of stuff to do. We're going to get started with the new SBC Joaquin card. So, we're taking a look at a card who is 5'10", high medium work rates, right-footed, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. This card is, or this guy is 40 years old, and he's still an absolute beast. In-game player traits, he has flare trait, leadership traits, in-game attributes. The card is working with 88 acceleration, 93 for sprint speed. So I will say that right off the bat, I feel like the card is, I would say, like poorly formatted for the meta of the game as of right now because of the 93 acceleration if I want to use him in the side areas, right? Because with this card, he is a player that has an average body type, high medium work rates. I wish the acceleration part of the card was a little bit higher, but with the shooting, guys, on the Hawk chemistry style, you are going to be putting it to be essentially perfect, right? So he has no traits to work with those really good shooting stats, but it could still be very, very good to have in those side positions. His passing for base card stats is obviously very good as well, so you don't have to look at that too much. Dribbling is going to be in the 90s area with the average body type, so very curious to see how that's actually going to work out in game. No defensive stats whatsoever, except for heading accuracy at an 81. And then he actually has some decent physical capabilities, mostly with the Hawk chemistry style at an 88 for stamina. So at least he does have a decent cutoff for stamina when it comes to the meta of this game. So with this card, guys, just going to go ahead and give him the Hawk chemistry style. Hawk chemistry style. And we're going to be using him up top to test out the things that we usually test out, right? So 3-4-1-2 tactics. Gonna go ahead and do that. Vinicius here and use Joaquin as the striker. Yeah, okay, cool. We'll go ahead and try him out and see how he plays. Ooh, what a finish on the Hawk, eh? That was like a rising shot, too. Okay, okay, great finish. We'll take that. I mean, to be fair, because of the Hawk chemistry style giving him really good shooting stats, he's hitting the ball pretty nicely. Like, that's a pretty far distance for him to hit, like, a really direct type of shot, you know? That works. I will say, guys, because of the high shooting stats, like I'm saying earlier, the shots come off really nicely. Like, they really do. Yeah, they're very clean. I put the right amount of power on it for those green time shots. He'll hit them nicely. Oh, good save. It's a tough angle to shoot from, to be fair. But very, very accurate on his side. Wow. Good shots, man. Yeah, he shoots the ball, like, super cleanly, man. Because that Hawk chemistry style, putting it in those 90s, like the high 90s area, it's super noticeable. Well done. They won the weak foot right there. Ooh, with an animation too. Okay. Under pressure on the weak foot, no crazy strike there. His body is like swaying a little bit there too, so when they do that sway, the shot's going to be less consistent. Ooh, white time shots. No pressure on him that time. Great strike. Good stuff. I tried to win the ball in the air. No luck there, though. Oh, I actually got it. What just happened? You see how I did that 45-degree angle touch just to get that roulette off there? Your post. Great finish again. Good stuff. I tried to dribble a few times there with a quick responsive left stick. No go. Try to get a coquette off there and it just didn't want to come off. White time shot. You see how I had that sway on the ball though? That sway is going to throw him off a lot. It has to be like really controlled for it to work. But his average body type worked out really well there. Guys, to be honest with you, if you're using a card like this in the side areas, actually playing in the left mid, right mid position, the average body type is usually not as bad to use when it's in those areas in particular. The card's shooting though is really, really good. Like it's very, very solid. You obviously have to take those specific touches to have more higher percentage strikes for sure, but he strikes the ball really well because of the way that the card is formatted on the Hawk chemistry style, right? Oh, that one hit the crossbar. That's why I put more power behind the strikes, right? Because if I actually green it, they're very consistent. It actually registered the shot cancel there. Nice. Ah, and I got really close to the goalkeeper there too. Why do I still have this ball? Oh, I tried to get a reaction like twice there. And I never got it once. Nice! Let's go! Oh, man. I was trying to work an angle there as much as possible, but it was a little bit tough. A little bit tough. Ooh, green time finesse goes off, though. There it is. Ah. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the new Joaquin card. So, in regards to how he performs in game, guys, we gave him the Hawk chemistry style. Why? Because look at the shooting boost that you actually end up giving this card because of the way that it is formatted, right? A card like this, guys, in my opinion, is genuinely not bad to use in the side positions. I just wish that they gave him two certain things, right? So those two certain things is a little bit of extra acceleration, you know, for the meta of the game, because usually with fullbacks and fast defenders, they usually tend to have really, really high acceleration and sprint speed. So having that to be higher would have been fantastic because yes, you can give him a hunter chemistry style, but I feel like you're not going to utilize his shooting capabilities as much without the Hawk chemistry style, right? So if you don't necessarily mind the pace being lower and your buildup is done a little bit differently, then obviously using him in the side positions won't necessarily be a bad thing. It's more noticeable if you're using like a 4-4-2 or a 3-5-2, like those types of formations. You'll notice the pace being as it is a little bit more than you will notice him in like a 4-2-3-1 narrow formation, right? But regardless, you're going to notice the pace being low for the meta of the game for that Hawk chemistry style. The shooting is obviously fantastic on the card, whether that's on his weak foot or his strong foot, because of the Hawk chemistry style boosting it to be as high as possible. To be fair, he actually hits the ball very cleanly in game. 88 stamina is a pretty decent cutoff, to be honest, because yes, his original position is the right mid area, and that's obviously where I see him being used the most in for sure, because Here's the thing, man. Yes, has an average body type, but I would use him mainly in those side areas, right? So the average body type with base card stats for dribbling being above 90 for every single part of the card is actually incredibly helpful, because there was a lot of occasions where, you know, I would have the average body type with the physical being as it is, and it actually helped him out a lot, right? So I would say that the two main things that are missing on the card would definitely be a little bit of extra pace, especially for the type of meta that we're playing. And obviously, extra stamina would have been great as well. But honestly, he's pretty good at doing everything else, right? The dribbling, I don't mind, considering the fact that he has the average body type. And then the passing obviously comes off great too. It's just a matter of using him in those side areas as much as possible, while trying to utilize the shooting capabilities of the card, because his shooting actually comes off fantastically well. When it comes to the links on the Joaquin card, right mid, left back, Hector Bellerin. I mean, that's more for Real Betis fans if they actually end up going with that. The other ones are going to be the Spanish links, Diego Milito's new card. Right wing, no. I mean, you can in that three at the back, to be fair. Yeah, a lot of it is going to be the midfielders, right? Like if you play a card at cam or center mid, I mean, you can totally do that if you really want to, because in a regular 4-3-3, that's the only green link that he genuinely requires, right? So not necessarily terrible to work with. Fakir being from Real Betis is something you can work with too. It's one of those types of SBCs where it's not an SBC that I would do myself for the meta of the game because of those missing things in the higher divisions, right? But honestly, if you end up completing him and you're decent enough at the game, he is a pretty solid card to use for what it is. So it's just that type of SBC, in my opinion, because it's really well formatted in the shooting department because of the Hawk chemistry style. So that's like the main thing with this card. But yeah, I'll see you guys for the other reviews. Peace out, my dudes. Love you guys.